After a lot of back and forth, after a lot of disagreements and confusion, the Ablekuma North rerun has finally happened. The New Patriotic Party had demanded that the rerun happens only in 3 polling stations, but the Electoral Commission, after extensive consultations, has decided that the rerun happens in 19 polling stations in that constituency. The NPP officially boycotted the process, and yet its candidate was on the grounds campaigning, and there were national officers of the party doing the same too. At the end of the day, that seat has gone green for the first time in a long time, and it has given the NDC maybe more than enough seats in the House of Parliament. But that's not really what the focus is today. The focus is the violence that characterized that rerun and the fear that we have not learned anything from Ayawaso West Wuogon, and that as we go to the Akwetia constituency for the rerun of the runoff, or rather the by-election, there would be a lot of violence. I am Umaru Sanda, and tonight on Face to Face, my guest is the one who is the chief mobilizer of women in the NDC. She's going to speak to me about what has happened at Ablekuma North and how the NDC is organizing generally, even in government.
Every journey begins with a single step. Not always easy, not always certain, but always yours. In every heartbeat there's a story of struggle, of courage, of purpose. And on this road, every story finds its voice.
I run because I believe I'm born to win.
I run because it keeps me fit and gorgeous.
It's not just about the finish line. It's about what drives you to start and energizes you to keep going against all odds. The battles no one sees and the pain no one feels. The triumphs only you understand. And when the road gets hard, always remember, if it is to be, it is up to me. It's your moment, your legacy, and your glory. Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
My guest is a Cuban-trained Dr. Hannah Luisa Bissiw. How are you?
God has shown me great mercies.
It's good to see you. Congratulations. We haven't spoken since you won this election.
You've been running away from me.
No, that's not what happened. You see, when you won the election, then you became very expensive, so it's difficult to meet you.
Yeah, I was only going to demand a cow, like a bull.
A cow from me?
Yes.
I mean, you're supposed to give me a car, then I'll give you a cow.
Stop that.
How are you doing though?
God has shown me great
You're looking
mercies.
good. You're not looking... Yeah, Commander Kote is really taking care of you.
By the grace of God.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job. Yeah, he's doing a very good job.
By the grace of God. You see, you took the bride price, so the Akunta second, you took it.
Yes. So yeah, now I think I should have asked for more. Looking at what I have seen. Let's talk about the NDC, but before that, let's talk about Ablekuma North. Congratulations on winning that seat. You have won the seat. Your party has insisted that you're going to win the seat, but there's a view that you bullied your way into winning that seat.
Well,
what do you say to that?
Maru, when they say we bullied our way, I mean, it should be like, okay, people didn't vote and we pushed and counted ballots that did not exist. And I mean, for you to say somebody bullied their way in a democratic dispensation where we, where we all participated, then I don't really know what they mean. I think that is also an insult to the electorate in Ablekuma North. They queued, some went to work and they hurriedly came back, to come and vote. They voted in December, and I think that their will did not really reflect in whatever results were declared. And by the grace of God, there was a rerun in 9-10 polling stations. And they spoke again. So I don't think it's fair for anybody to say that they bullied or we bullied our way to victory.
The violence that we saw, that amounts to intimidation. Voter intimidation is a strategy of looting.
Umaru, when they say violence, then probably every election, even including general elections, people bullied, if that's how we want to term it. 2020, we know what happened in this country. 2019 by-election, we know what happened. In fact, we had to pull out at a certain stage as a political party. Today we have paralyzed Mohammed Al-Hassan. We have a disabled Yaro. He used to play football in India. Now his leg is gone. And so I don't see what the violence that happened. I saw on Abuakwa Japan with our national vice chairman, Chief Azoka, and joking, sharing jokes, met MPPs and stuff. So I don't know what the violence that they're talking about.
But you saw it. You saw the
No,
thugs
I didn't see.
You saw the thugs that came and fought.
I didn't see. No, I didn't see.
You haven't seen the videos?
Well, if you tell me if I saw videos, yes, I saw videos.
Okay, so you've seen the videos
I've
of
seen
what
the
happened
video
at the place.
Of what happened at Methodist, one polling center out of the 90. Okay, and it wasn't like NDCs and MPPs fighting. If I read from the video, somebody was, that's how Akum said, was spraying something that's pepper spray.
Because there were aggressors that were targeting her.
Well, whatever it was.
You are a woman. Don't you have a pepper spray in your purse?
I don't.
How do you protect yourself when you go
In the first place, God protects me. And secondly, I have a personal bodyguard, so I don't carry any weapon on me. I don't.
But if you didn't have a personal bodyguard?
I still don't. I'm the type that sometimes I walk alone. I don't.
But are you Tai Chi trained, Kung Fu trained? You can fight yourself?
I'm godly trained.
Yeah, but I mean...
I'm godly trained.
You still need, if you don't, so that's why you have a bodyguard, because you cannot...
Yeah, I do have a bodyguard, but sometimes when I don't, even the bodyguard is not like a written word that when you move, you have to move. No, me, I don't.
But there are a lot of women who carry with them protective devices like the pepper spray that you talked about. Is that wrong?
No, I'm not. What it's wrong when you spray it on people. You see,
but if you have it,
let me say this to you. 2008, I was a polling agent, Tema Central, and no, sorry, Tema West. That time we didn't have Tema Central, it was West and East, Star School to be precise, and there was balloon ballot papers where, let's say, where I was. Voters, registered voters 850. Not everybody came. By the end, we counted 1,000 something, so we refused, When we went to the polling center, the collation center, the next morning, all the NDC, the ballot boxes did not have our seals because we protested. Once you protest at the polling center, then, we followed everything. When we were going to put the seals, it was myself with two guys. Then the police officer said, no, you're not allowed us to go. So I said, it's our seals. Look at the boxes. We need to put our party seals. The man said no. So he pulled his AK and cocked the gun. And I mean, if you have any training, you know that immediately police pulls a gun and cocks, he's ready to shoot. So the guys, they froze, and I took the
ballot papers?
The seals from them. And I raised my hand. I'm getting to the pepper spray, and I raised my hand. And I started screaming, collation center, there were a lot of people. And we had stayed over. I was part of the national collation team with Honorable Kwame Agbaja. So we used to drive back and forth from Tema to Nema to collate from other constituencies for a strong room. So I raised my hand, and it was when I started shouting, and I said, look, I only have seals in my hand. Seals, all that I have are seals. And I'm going to put those seals on the ballot. It belongs to my party. That time, to be very truthful to you, I had no hope that even NDC would win. All that I knew was that I had a duty to perform for my political party, and I had to perform it to excellence, if not in perfection. Then I said, if it's the last thing that I would do for the party, I'll do it. So he can shoot. Then his scream stopped. So I turned back and I did the same. The third scream, I didn't stop. I did not even look back. And I saw him on phone. He put the phone, but he still had his phone. So I went up and fixed all the seals. And when I finished, I did this. So there was this MPP guy, but there was a little veranda like that. So he pushed me. When he did, I staggered a bit and I stood. Once you hit me, I responded.
How did you respond?
With a hit also.
So you hit him back?
Exactly so.
Okay.
And
so you agree that if someone is attacked, they should attack back?
No. So I'm saying something. Now, the police came in because he went into his back. And I took a step back. And when I did, we thought, the police came from behind, so he thought I was the one. The next thing he did was to pepper spray the police. You understand? Now, on who you pepper spray determines the reaction you get. If I think there's a place too dangerous for me to go, I won't go. When I go, I'm ready to take the risk. Now, I've been asking, when people ask me, don't you sympathize or empathize with her? I said, look, not until she was attacked, I had forgotten that she exists. Because I'll not give her space in my mind, in my heart. She cannot be part of my emotions. It will be a waste of emotions and everything else. Okay. Hawakumsen, I'm a victim, a direct victim of Hawakumsen.
What do you mean?
Direct victim of a attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant. So when people start talking about she's a woman, and I ask myself, what woman would attack a pregnant woman? You remember when President Mahama won 2012, they said they would not accept blah, blah, blah. Then he came for his first State of the Nation. So they walked out. They did what they wanted to do and walked out. So we sat in and listened to the president, his message for
At the time
nation.
you were an MP?
At the time I was the MP for the good people of Tunnel South. And now he's my coordinator, who is the MP for the good people of Tunnel South. Honorable Charles Akosi Sedu, I salute you. And so when we finished and we went out, they walked out, but they did not spare the kebabs and the snacks that had been arranged for us who were sitting and listening to the president's State of the Nation. So when they walked out, I said, oh, wow, but you all said you don't respect him as a president. And now the snacks that have been prepared for those who respect him, you come to finish all the kebab. I said, we are kebab MPs. So we started teasing ourselves and it ended there. Went for select committee meeting. And we were on the same, at that time I was on lands and forestry. I was on forestry. So the food delayed in coming. And I told one of the MPs, he said, are you people, it's not kebab. So, so sometimes we tease ourselves. Even when they were in power, one of the MPs was telling me, one of them, they themselves, the MPP, one who called me said, oh, for these ones, when they also did their own, they were also eating the food, and we went, so why are you eating? They said, oh, whilst you are listening, we're taking care of business out here for you, so all loud. How Kumsin was at it? They said, you called us kebab MPs. And me, at the go.
At the time she was an MP?
Yes. So I thought all the jokes, I said, you people are kebab MP. The first thing she did was to hit me, a pregnant woman.
Hit you where? Which part of your body?
She hit me. She hit.
And it wasn't a joke?
No. And she took a step back. And there's one of them that I'll not mention her name. She started using all the vocal gun. So one MP came in. held her. So immediately she did, the first thing I did was to protect my tummy.
Why don't you mention her name? Because now you
no.
need a corroborator.
The reason why I'm not mentioning her name is that I don't think it would be fair. It's not the point of discussion right now.
Okay.
It wouldn't be fair on her. But why I'm saying that is that she was MPP that time. She insulted me also, and one person asked Abuakwa North, that's a pregnant woman. She said she didn't care. Okay. She didn't care. If she hit the stomach, I lose my baby. That's she didn't care. So we moved from there. Why I'm not mentioning the other ones? And because I want to just say something. Even though she insulted me, when we went with the speaker to sign a book of condolence, when Dr. and I don't want to remind them of their pain, when Dr. Bissiw lost, I think, the father or something, we went there. And I was part of the small team that went with speaker. And this one who insulted me was part of it. I don't know what she had gone to cause with some women. They kind of assembled there. What they did to her, I went in to defend her. You understand? When I did, she came in and she started calling me sister. Up to date.
So Abuakwa North assaulted you at the time?
She assaulted me at the time.
And you didn't report this to anybody, did you?
There was no need.
Okay, but you kept it, you didn't fight back, you didn't assault her back?
No, I was pregnant, and all that I wanted was to protect my baby.
Okay.
At that point, I wanted to protect my baby.
So for you, that's justification for the attack we saw on her?
No, I mean, I don't care what happened to her, but right now I'm going to a second attack. I was a polling agent for my political party, 2019, by-election, Ayawaso. To be precise, Legom polling station B. I was there, under gazebo. In fact, when I got there and we started, the MPP agent was complaining of his battery running low, his phone. I had a power bank, and I said, okay, you take it, because I know the work of agents. If you are not able to transmit, you'll be in trouble. We are here to police our political party's interest, and I want you to do your work well. Then said, Madam Aisha, so you'll take it. We were there when Abuakwa North then led a team of about 30 men to my center. In fact, she came with a lady, I don't remember her name now, but she contested with their current women's organizer, KJ Mfuap, the first time that Kate contested, not the second time. And Abuakwa North, these were her words. What are you doing here? And I'll quote him, when I am at TV, so no radio, so can't quite say, and a Bissiw in the Mombon.
That's what she said.
Exactly. And these men started. She stood aside. The police now picked me. So when it happens like that, I see the EC, they'll be picking their papers, and people were running. So the police picked me over the wall. Then another one held me from the back. I had gone there in the morning with my black Land Cruiser and parked under a tree. Then we changed from the Land Cruiser to Prado in the afternoon. The driver, when the driver came, they had parked where we parked. Somebody else has parked the Land Cruiser. So he parked the Prado at a different place. So not knowing they had been monitoring that spot from the morning. So immediately the police picked me. They thought I was going to the Land Cruiser. They ran towards the Land Cruiser, including Abuakwa North, to prevent whatever. Then they realized that I was going the other side. Look, it was like a movie. They ran back. Honorable Amate is my witness and the wife. He appeared there and he was screaming, he was trying to help. They beat him up. They beat the wife up.
Amate of Lejokuku?
Yes. And that time he was our deputy director for elections. And so the police was just a madam ran. They were running. And about 3 of them were able to get to the car before I got in. They started again. Then just when I got in, I pulled my seat. The chairman, the constituency chairman of Tano South is my cousin, Chairman Suli. He was there. And so he tried to prevent. All his t-shirt was torn into pieces. And this one will hit me from here. This one will hit me from there. Then the police started screaming, move, driver, move. So now those who are running, decided to block the car. Then when the driver stepped on the accelerator, they realized that right now it's life or death. So whilst the car was moving, this one, the one who was close, tried to pass, to block the car. Then the one from here now held my hand, dragging me out of the car. We moved with the 2 doors of my vehicle opened. I granted an interview on GTV, I think Metro. I remember the GTV very well.
And it was Hawa Kumsin who was responsible for this?
I said Hawa Kumsin led them. I'm saying this. She led them. And she did the introduction, she did the talking, and she gave the directive. And when they were running towards Maka, she was part of it. I want to find out, the interview, did she come out to say, I'm sorry that I led the men to beat the former member of parliament for Tandon South, former deputy minister, Works and Housing, former deputy minister, Food and Agriculture, the current national women's organizer of the NDC? Did she say it? She brought 30 men about, according to because there were many. And the polling agent who was there called me begging. He called me, how you madam? He was begging the whole day. Like the number of times that he called. So why should Hawa Kumsin being beaten be a case for me? I don't know what I'm saying, that my interest in Ablekuma North is what happened.
Okay.
She wasn't I saw that, I even thought it was a movie. So I didn't even observe it very well until they started asking. I said, oh, she did. Won't you say so? Why will I say sorry to her?
Okay. My question to you, you're a Christian.
Exactly.
I think the book of Moses says something about an eye for an eye. And you agree that that's not the way to be. So if your eye was plucked out,
I don't
according to you, allegedly...
No, not alleging.
No, I am saying it's alleged, because you are making a claim.
Yes.
That it was done by Hawa Kumsin.
No,
does it mean her eye should also be plucked out? Should we not end somewhere?
Excuse me, did you see me slapping her? No, I've not slapped, I've not attacked her.
You should condemn should condemn the...
No, I'll not condemn any attack
on her.
On her. I condemn any form of attack anyhow, anyway. But nobody should push me to condemn an attack on her. Why will I do that?
She said she acted in self-defense. She spoke today.
I don't care whatever she did.
So the pepper spray
please, that is her own. Whether she acted in self-defense or trouble defense or back defense or what.
So you are happy she was assaulted?
Look, I will not even waste my emotions on Hawa Kumsin. Let me tell you one thing. Don't ask me, a woman who was attacked by this very woman when I was pregnant. And you are talking about a woman to woman. What makes Hawa Kumsin special? The people who died. She was the MP. Did she come out? At her constituency, in Nakoyo, the beatings she received, the people who were beaten. So let's even say those things. Okay? Why should me, the National Men's Organizer of the NDC, why should this be my trouble? When this very woman attacked me, I told him, Moses said, look, for my Bible, whatever my Bible says, I agree with my Bible. I don't argue with my Bible. I live by the Bible. I don't want to say that I know from Genesis to Revelation everything. But what I'm taught, I pick, okay? And now, you say an eye for an eye if I went to also organize people to beat her. I've said this. I can't even say she's my enemy because, you see, the Bible says we should pray for our enemies. And I don't think that she deserves that space around me as an enemy. You understand me? That space should be left. Are you saying these things
because we've heard claims that she intends to run as women organizer of the NPP? You're worried? You are happy that she's been crippled?
I care less. Let me tell you. Do you think I love woman organizer more than my life? I have to be alive before I can be a women's organizer, isn't it? And in any case, she's not going to contest with Hannah Bissiw Kote. She's going to contest a political party. I don't care what they do, what they stop doing. That is their own. Even though we watch them to make sure that 2028 is a given for us. But what I'm saying is this. I don't think it's also fair that anybody should ask we, the victims of Hawa Kumsin, to start saying sorry or pray for her. I don't care.
When Lydia Lassan was elected in that by-election, your party denounced her because of the violence that produced her. Why are you not denouncing Rabna Orbin? She's also been produced by violence.
No, she was not produced by violence. what is the percentage? Let me ask, 19 polling centers, did you hear of any, let me ask you, did you hear of any other polling center where there was violence? Did you hear of shooting? Did you hear of people being maimed?
A journalist was slapped.
Slapped by who?
By a police officer.
Okay. So that is a law enforcement officer who slapped somebody. Let's put that one aside. I'm talking about the political party.
And a deputy organizer of an opposition party was beaten.
It was at that polling center.
Yes.
I wasn't there to judge because it was at the same time that things were happening. So Umaru, we're here in 2019. Aya was always gone. Bones were scattered. Flesh of human beings were scattered like men's beef. Blood spilled. Members of parliament were beaten. National officers were beaten. Ed Magbana was beaten. My former deputy was beaten. There's
a worry that Akwetia is going to be bloody.
Whoever is worrying, maybe they are preparing for the bloody. Our interest is that we are taking Akwetia, and our own is to mobilize, our own is to send a message down,
and
our
also
own
when
is to train our people. No, we don't intimidate people.
But those thugs, they don't belong to your party? The ones who came there?
Were they wearing NDC colors?
I didn't see.
Abuakwa has hurt so many people in her constituency. And I'm sure when she was coming, she was very loud for them to know she's coming to Ablekuma North.
You think those people came from...
I don't think, if I say I think, I feel or I suspect it could be any of her victims or relatives of her victims, finding her at a place and retaliated. And so for me, you can't say that, oh, these are NDCs or MPPs or have you, because I'm sure that things have happened. But for me, as a victim, a direct victim of this woman who let tax herself, gave the command, insulted and asked them to beat, and I was beaten. And I had to go to my house to nurse my wound and my pain. For anybody, for that matter, to come and ask me, because she's a woman, so let's even put the electoral one aside. If you're a woman, you attack a pregnant woman, then you're a disgrace to womanhood.
This is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. My guest is the national women organizer of the NDC. When we come back, we'll talk about the NDC's plans to govern. They said that they were going to produce another version of a Better Ghana, Professor Mills' campaign on Better Ghana agenda. President Mahama says they're building the Ghana we want. How is a building block of this Ghana that we want going? And we'll talk about her office, the new one she's occupying. I've seen her in videos fighting Chinese galamseers, or at least Chinese officials believed or alleged to be engaging in illegal mining. We'll talk about what she was doing in the forest wearing a helmet. Stay with us.
Drowning in deadlines, data running wild. Let's fix this together. Join the evolution. Join the sharpest minds in HR at the HR Connect Conference 2025 on August 8th at the Marvin Peak Hotel, Accra, under the theme Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workplace. It's not just another conference. It's strategy, tech, wellness, and a few smart laughs too. Panels, keynotes, real talk, and real solutions. Let's lead, connect, and transform the way we work. For further inquiries and bookings, please call on 0541 222 365 to secure your seat. HR Connect Conference 2025. Lead, connect, transform.
You're welcome back. This is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. My guest is administrator of the Minerals Investment Fund, Development Fund, I beg your pardon, also national women organizer of the National Democratic Congress, former deputy minister, former member of parliament, and also a non-sympathizer of Abuakwa.
But how can I love Abuakwa more than I love myself?
No, but you should love her at least equally and worry for her pain. But
why will I worry for her pain? Umaru, stop that.
I have stopped.
Stop that. Why will I waste my emotions?
I have stopped.
I've told you not until she was beaten. I had forgotten that she really exists, and that is the truth.
How is the NDC doing in office from your perspective?
From my perspective, the NDC is doing well. You see, I always use even 2014 2013. When I was nominated as Deputy Minister, I was sworn in May. You know, usually they'll finish with that, and then they'll go to the MMDCs and all that, and all the other agencies head and stuff. But before the end of January, the president had finished forming his cabinet and his ministers. I think he was left with just about 4, deputy ministers, but the ministers, filling the space very well. They were working. And he went on simultaneously with his heads of agencies and his MMDCs. And Umaru, he did very well, set things in place, and we've seen the stabilization of city, not met it at 17 cities, and now it's at 10 cities, roaming 10 point something, 10.1. You go to Melcom, you see reduction of prices, and you think, okay, is it faulty? Why? Then they'll tell you because of the strength of the city. So to me, as a woman who goes to the market and who goes to the store to do groceries for my family, I'm very, very happy, and I think that the government is putting things in place, and he is doing well, and his resetting agenda, is on course. I'm sure next year by this time we'll be counting our gains, and probably places where we've had challenges and difficulties will be revised and see how to really position. That's what governance is about. It's about working and getting things done. Of course, you may have some rough edges. You just straighten those rough edges and you move ahead. So for me, I think that when we get a good leader working as a nation, we should encourage him, and we should support him, so that for once, Ghana will be a better place for all of us.
The reset agenda is affecting you appointees too. I've seen a statement issued by Phyllis Kwache that you are not going to get free fuel anymore. You are an officer of state. I mean, those are the largesse that you people enjoy. Now that they are cancelling your fuel allowance, how does that feel?
Well, they don't give us fuel allowance. And so for me, whatever the president thinks that he puts in place that it will help, we support. I don't think that he appointed us because, before we became appointees, we were taking care of ourselves. I've been a national men's organizer from 2018 up to date, and national officers are not paid by the party. And I had to, for all these years, mobilize myself to work for the party, mobilize myself to take care of the women's wing. And so, for me, it doesn't make any difference. I went around the nation. I didn't go to President Mahama or the party that gave me fuel or what have you. So if he thinks that at this point I need that support, I need that help. Because of course, when somebody is doing an official duty, you expect that I don't have to fund official duties with my funding. But if the president says, okay, this is the difficulty, let's tighten our belts, and I need your support in this area, I don't see, for me, I don't see in it. I've tuned my mind to say that you are still the women's organizer. You've done this for years. And so just go ahead.
Continue. You have been an MP before, and you know how difficult it is to service your constituency if you are not appointed into the executive. President Mahama has 188 members of parliament to satisfy by appointment. He has promised to appoint only 60 ministers. That cap is sealed. If you were in parliament, you would definitely be struggling. The new MPs, we are told a lot of them are struggling. They cannot service their constituencies because they have no positions and portfolios that they occupy. Do you not worry that parliament is going to be your biggest problem as it has become your biggest success?
No, I think that is going to be another stream of success.
Jobless MPs?
They are not jobless. They are members of parliament.
No,
they are not jobless. There are members of parliament.
That's not enough. They want,
No, they are paid. I don't think.
That will not be enough to.
No, I don't think any of our honourable members of parliament went to parliament because they want some largesse. And I also want to say this, okay? I was a member of parliament and also deputy minister. You don't get 2 salaries, and you don't get. I was paid throughout the 4 years.
But you get opportunities as a minister.
What are the
opportunities that you can send to
working?
your constituency?
Well, I was Deputy Minister for Agric in charge of livestock. I don't think I ever opened a poultry farm in my constituency.
You didn't do anything that benefited your constituency by virtue of the fact that you were Deputy Minister.
No.
But you don't know that there are some specs that will come with being a minister of state.
That's what I'm explaining to you. Throughout the 4 years, I was paid by Parliament. My salary did not come through the executive. So let's put that right. I'm one person that I've said over and over that I thank God and the people of Tano South the opportunity I was given to go to Parliament. I went back 2020, and what happened. And after that, I said to myself, you look at the work in Parliament, you look at what parliamentarians do. If you should tell me right now that, okay, Hannah, go to Parliament, and you don't have to run for an election straight to Parliament, I'll thank you. To just be like saying you're giving Lamborghini or one of, these expensive cars that you can, very difficult, very expensive to service, fuel expensive, for free. I'll tell you that, car easy now. Taking a bigger car is easy, driving may be sweet, but the service and this other. So actually, my heart goes out for all the members of Parliament, those even who have been appointed, those who have not been appointed, because to be a member of Parliament, to me, is a huge sacrifice. And I have said this over and over, that regardless, I will advocate for our members of Parliament, because I've been there and I know what it is. And so for me, as to say they want money, they've been paid. They pay them. Some of them on committees, and we all understand that, as you said, we have more members of Parliament than, the positions. But as they help in resetting this country, it will bring relief, in the country, for them, for the constituents, the pressure on us. When I say us, sorry, colleagues, the pressure on our members of Parliament, will come down once the opportunities out there for their constituents and all other things.
So today, if people of Tano South come and say, Hannah Louisa Bissiw, want you back in Parliament, go for free, no challenge.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I will support, currently I'll support.
Why?
Because I don't want it. I've been there and I know, you see.
You're afraid of the stress?
No, I'm not afraid of stress. Do I look like somebody who fears?
So why are you afraid of Parliament? Why don't you want
I'm
to
not
go back?
afraid of Parliament.
Okay, why don't you want to go back?
I don't, because I feel that for me, I'll sit back and rather support anyone with a good cause and a good vision. What I have to do for my country, I do, but I don't want to be a member of Parliament.
And this is because value for money, you couldn't, you were saying that, are you saying that when you went to Parliament, you didn't see value for money?
I didn't go to Parliament for money. I went to Parliament to serve. And by the grace of God, my footprints are everywhere in
So go back and serve.
I'm done with that service. I don't think I was born to be there all the time. There are people who go and they are there for years. There are people who go once, twice, they stop. There are people who decide they'll not go again. And I think as a citizen of Ghana, it's okay for me to say I'm fine.
The Parliament, is over.
No, I rather will advocate for parliamentarians. I'll do that. I salute them. I respect them. And I will plead with their constituents to support them. Because, you see, when you're a member of Parliament, it goes just beyond the parliamentary duties. You turn to Abusia Penyini, you turn to everything and anything.
Funeral attendance.
I say everything and anything. You understand me? And so it's sometimes...
It was tedious, wasn't it?
When I was a member of Parliament, there wasn't a single weekend that you found me in Accra. That's not a single one.
You have to travel.
Yeah, and sometimes you get up in the morning and by 6 a.m. there's a queue. And you have to attend to them one by one. Try and solve this problem, try and do that. And I used to, there's no village, no bush in my constituency that I don't know. And I want to say this, my current member of Parliament is doing same. You'll not find, I call him Akwesi. You'll not find him over the weekends in Accra. If you find him in Accra, because there's something for him to do, he's always in there. And we have quite a number of our parliamentarians with Honorable Colin Zauda. We are in the day, Obeko Mehame. You know, we have members of parliament like that. And so for me, I think God sent me there for me to learn, and by the special grace of God and with his help, I was able to serve. And when you go today, there are footprints of Hannah Bissiw all over.
If your younger sister or any family member came to you and said they want to run for parliament, would you advise
I'll support them? No,
advise them to go?
Yeah, I'll support them. Why will I say no?
Okay.
Because it's me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying parliament is not good for me, but I think
You've done your part.
I've done my part.
You are a women organizer of your party. The NDC promised a women's bank. What's the state of affairs of that?
I don't think I've checked this after the budget. I don't think I've actually checked the state of affairs of the Women's Bank, but I'm sure that, you know, paperwork and laws that have been put in place, I'm sure, knowing President Mahama, I'm sure it's on course.
It is one of the biggest policies, and that's why I asked you, how are women under the NDC government better than women were in the Akufo-Addo government?
The first thing that we women want is peace.
There's always been peace.
You see, absence of war does not mean peace. Okay, so our husbands, they found peace. We have found peace. There's been some level of stabilization. We realize that we cannot go to the market with the same money of under Nanado, and we can do more things. We have the no stress fee policy, so now we can encourage our children more to go to, you know, study hard and go the first year. And it all comes at the back of COVID, and he feels that businesses and things went down, so he thought of us. And also those days that women could not, some of our girls could not go to school at a certain point in time because of their menstrual period, and sanitary pad became, you know, an embarrassment for our nation, Ghana. And now he's giving our girls, you know, free sanitary pads. So now we know that nothing is going to hamper the girl child education. And other policies that is bringing on board that will support us, the women. I'm sure that the Women's Bank also be enrolled eventually as we go along. You know, women can access, you know, some sort of interest-free credit to bank. And he's going to enroll, you know, the market enhancement program, where he attached to some of these market, you know, the cervical cancer screening that sometimes we don't. And it's a killer cancer for women, you know. So for us as women, we think that even having a woman vice president, it has actually boosted the morale of our girl child. You see, talk to some of these young ones and they aspire to be like Professor Nana. You know, for me, that alone, when you tell me I also want to be like Professor Nana, I tell you, you know, you don't know who a professor is. Then I say, okay, because she had to study very hard. She had to be disciplined. She had to be this. And she has a very humble beginning. And so don't look at where you are right now, but target where you're going to. President Mahama has given women a pillar to look up to. You know, when I go back to the Bible, when the Israelites, you know, disobeyed God and all these snakes came and bit them and they were about to die, it was a snake that was hanged on the cross, on that stake. And God said, if you looked at the snake, you're going to live. I'm not saying that we look at Professor Nana as life giver, but we look at her as the hope of we the women. And who did that is President Mahama. He's made a statement to the Ghanaian women that I came for you. And there are a lot of things that to be under, you know, her leadership for us. So for me, this 7-month-old government that is trying to now even stand has done well. And as women, I will encourage us to fasten our seatbelts and enjoy the ride.
Are you sure all women are enjoying this government? Because the Chief Justice, who is a woman, is not. You are putting her through stress. She has now gone all the way to ECOWAS to go and complain that you are mistreating her as a government. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing, you see, the way, I'm a veterinary doctor, so forgive me when I use some of these. You know, sometimes I love, look, and shout out to all the vets out there. You know, when you look at the way sometimes some of the animals behave, it's amazing, and you thank God for who God is.
What's your point?
My point is that when you have two dogs, usually there's one who bullies.
Yeah, okay. I have a poodle and a boabo. The poodle has been bullying the boabo.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. So this poodle, I had the German Shepherd. The German Shepherd would be in the cage, and this poodle will go. When you remove the big dog,
he ran away.
He ran away, but just by running, this poodle will be screaming. You will run. You think that the big dog is killing the poodle? No, because that dog is a bully. Just by that dog coming out, he's screaming, thinking, and everybody will run to. What am I trying to say? I think that there are laws in this country, and she is the Chief Justice. I must be very sincere with you. I've not gone into the details of her case, but I know President John Dramani Mahama. He's not a vindictive person.
Wait, so the analogy with the two dogs parts, you're connecting it to...
Exactly, because she's screaming. You know, we had Charlotte Osei, a dignified woman, a woman, the first woman who headed our Electoral Commission and supervised very difficult elections, where a certain president, when we had difficulties with the coalition, hacked and everything, decided that for the sake of peace, let me say it's okay, and let my elder brother go. I'll go, organize myself and come back. She supervised that election. We had a president who decided to accept petition from ghosts, turn himself to a conveyor belt, and directed that she be removed. She did not even have the privilege of being served what she was being accused of. We're in this country. And
so you're saying that if you bully the Chief Justice,
bullying is her own words. What I'm trying to say, I use the dogs and say bullying because they are animals. So obviously they will not be talking. Okay.
So she shouldn't cry when she's beaten.
Nobody's beating her. Why is she running away from the very law that she's presided over the years and probably jailed people and made her own judgments and what have you, all the other cases? Me, I'm not a lawyer. Me, I'm a kitchen lawyer. I'm a pocket lawyer. We those who use charcoal to be signing 1, 2, 3 for the fifth one, you cross on the wall. What I'm trying to say, I'm a lay woman. All that I know is that whatever she's going through, there are laws in Ghana. And I think that she should be able to stand those laws. You can go to anywhere you want to go to. The law in Ghana is the law in Ghana. And none of us is above the law.
This is Face to Face on Channel 1 TV. My guest, when we come back, I'll ask her to talk about her office, which she's occupying as the administrator. We've talked about her role as a party organizer. We've spoken about her role as a former member of parliament and deputy minister former. The Honorable Hannah Louisa Bissiw, and she says I should make sure I add the cote to it at the end, just to spite me and other people. Stay with us.
I run for socialization and for good health. My will is my power.
Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story mattered.
You're welcome back. This is Face to Face on Channel 1 TV. My guest is the administrator of the Minerals Development Fund, Dr. Hannah Louisa Bissiw. Doc, this is your office. How different is it from the other one, MIIF, Minerals Investment Fund, I think?
Yes, This is Mineral Development Fund.
That's you?
Yes, it was established in March 2016.
Oh, it's not a new office?
No, by President John Dramani Mahama.
And what do you do? What are you supposed to do as Mineral Development Fund?
I'll go there, and then the other is Mineral Income Investment Fund. I think it was established somewhere 2018 or 2020, thereabout.
Okay.
You know, so MDF is the elder sister of MEF.
Maybe the mother self, if you like.
Or the mother,
Okay.
you know. MDF was established by His Excellency with the aim of providing funds, 20% of the royalties that mining companies pay to government are given to MDF, and 50% of that, 100% of 20% is given to stool lands, and the rest is distributed in such a way that it will bring development to the mining communities. And MDF is supposed to also redress every negative impact that mining has on the communities and the people living in these communities. And so basically MDF is the mining communities. That's what it represents.
So you take the royalties that the state receives, use a part of it to develop the communities.
We don't take it. We don't take it. It's paid to DRA, you know. So Ministry of Finance, it's what determines the percentage and what comes to MDF. First, it used to come through MEF. Okay, but I think now the act has changed, so it's to come.
So currently, the key things you do is to help develop mining communities.
Yeah, it redress every negative impact that mining has on the communities and the people who live in these communities. That's what the MDF is about.
But must it be in only places where there's legitimate mining happening, or even where we have illegal mining happening, you go in there and fix the place? Because during Akufo-Addo, they had something they call reclamation of land. Is that something that would be under your mandate?
Well, I think that it's not just, you know, if you say where we have legitimate mining, it says that where mining, the negative impact of mining, and you know, when we talk about mining, we tend to always look at gold, salt, sand, quarry, clay, any form of mining.
Gravel.
They are all, you know.
Oh, so you help okay, is that why you were busy in the bush chasing people who were engaged?
I wasn't in the bush. I went for community engagement.
Oh,
you see, now Umaru, I really wish, it's dangerous, but I really wish that you go. Then you know that you are not a villager, so you not even understand a village life.
You have no idea.
No, stop that.
I'm a village child.
No, stop that.
Okay, that's fine. Let's not debate it.
That position is for me, village champion. Don't try that one. So, you know, these communities are really in the middle of whatever bush that they find themselves. And we had the first thing we did was to hold a stakeholders meeting. Obviously, a lot of people didn't even know about MDF. And some of these communities did not even know about the existence of MDF. You know, some they didn't know. And so, out of some of the recommendations that came from the constitutive stakeholders meeting that we had was that MDF should acquaint itself with its communities, because it would be better to know, visit, get first-hand information, what is happening on the ground, the communities that you are supposed to make decisions for, so that when you plan, you know exactly what you are planning, then we have uniformity. You know, so when you get into a community, you know that, okay, these are developments that have come to these communities through MDF. MDF can also partner with private entities, okay, that will report a win-win situation. So any partnership that we do is geared towards, you know, development that will happen in the mining communities. If it's partnership in agriculture, we are moving into a mining community. And so we started doing community engagement based on, you know, invitations from the various communities. As we speak, that's a whole tall list of communities that are requesting that we come, you know. But when you go and you engage them, you get to know their needs, you get to know the life they live, you get to know you know, the dangers. You get to know their troubles.
So was this your visit that led to you chancing upon these people that we saw in the videos?
Yeah, it was my visit. You know, we visited about, I can say about 12 or 15, probably about 20 communities already. Only that it's just about 2 of them that these troubles came, because some of the communities, they are mining in the community. We have a place like Akrofufu in Atiwa West, where 2 children playing, one fell in a pit just behind the house and died. By the grace of God, after I visit, that pit has been covered, and they are going to, they did it, you know, within this MCE or DCE, and the STEM school at Abomosu also, you know, they've taken over the school, and this is the school for the community and the yard. So those things too, whoever did it through the MMDC, we
need to go, but I just want one question. The people whose arrest you facilitated, do you know whether prosecution is happening or not?
No, prosecution is happening. Prosecution is happening when they went with security, because obviously when they invite you, they themselves will tell you that it's dangerous to come. Be careful. But when you are going to those communities and it's okay, it's dangerous, so I won't go.
You are not the Minister for Lands, but hand on heart, can your government fight Galamsey properly? Hand on heart.
I think that a lot of measures have been put in place.
And you're positive.
And I'm very, very positive that with government measures in place, you know, there's governmental fight. There are a lot of measures that are put in place, and so I'm sure.
Dr. Hannah Louisa Bissiw. Do you have another local name? Hannah Louisa, what's your local name?
Nana Ama Bedu. Beduan Kama.
So Dr.
Abrewa Bedu. I was named after my grandmother.
Administrator of the Minerals Development Fund. Thank you so much
Village
for joining
champion.
us. Yes, thank you for joining us from the village of, what's your village called?
United States of Techimentia.
From Techimentia.
United States of Techimentia. And the capital is Jomo.
Jomo. Thank you so much for joining us on Face to Face. And we wish you all the best in your office.
Thank you. And don't get lost.
I'll try not to. I am Umaru Sanda. This has been Face to Face on Channel 1 TV. Thank you so much for watching us.